Our Developing World reality tours went to Burma January 2012 and January 2013. Burma, or Myanmar as the military named it, is primarily Buddhist. Can nonviolence bring about the necessary major changes? Women in long traditional wraparound skirts volunteer to keep the many temples and pagodas clean. Air Bagan women pilots are the exception, wearing pantsuits. There are many ethnic groups, 135, and even more languages are spoken. Minorities have few rights under the constitution written by the military. These Karen women on the Thai border have been fighting the army for decades over land and rich natural resources which corporations want to profit from. Will any of the extracting gas, oil, copper, coal, or lumber benefit the people? They are very hard-working. Here, hand-thrown pots from 6 villages are fired 3,000 at once every week. Women of many ethnicities weave either by hand or using table looms. Shan women decide when they are 13 whether to wear the neck rings or not. Once they've put them on, they really can't take them off because their necks are not strong enough to hold it. Handmade paper becomes parasols, notebooks, lanterns, and more. Lacquer making is another fine skill. Rivers provide transport and hard work for many, and they get no pensions. China wants to dam the Irrawaddy River to provide themselves with hydroelectric power, and a source of fighting this is between the Kachin and the army, who would benefit. Oxen help with transport and grinding peanuts into oil and peanut butter. Road building is an equal opportunity hard job. The mountaintop across the river is one of only 2 left. 30 were destroyed by a Chinese coal mining company. Protesters are saying no more, with only 2 tops left where they live. The military and police wouldn't allow us to cross the river to talk with the protesters. They had used white phosphorus on them earlier. Volunteerism abounds, thankfully, with all the poverty. The School for the Needy Blind, founded by a Buddhist monk who became blind, is staffed predominantly by volunteers, many of them graduates of the school. They teach academics through high school, plus massage, musical instruments, and more. This blind young man sang and played guitar for us, and others joined him with our guide Kate to the left and Sally. On huge, beautiful inlay lake, fishermen row using a foot as on the oar. Villagers stake hyacinths to make hydroponic tomato fields, cucumbers, flowers, and more that are sold in local markets with other produce and flowers grown there. They live in houses on stilts. Many were blown down in the strong hurricane. Meta Foundation Hospital and Clinic organized a Habitat for Humanity type do-it-yourself program to rebuild some of them. The doctor and his daughter are mainstays there. Paul and his wife Kati run 2 green chili restaurants with wonderful food that also help fund the foundation and worked on the housing project. The Muslim Trust Fund sponsors free 2-month sewing classes for poor women of all ethnicities and religions. The teacher is a Buddhist and a volunteer. The quality of the sewing is remarkable. They also offer free computer classes. The Muslim Free Hospital doctors volunteer from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then go to their private clinics or businesses. They are of diverse religions, as are the patients. This nurse is Buddhist, a retiree from Rangoon General Hospital. Yes, she said, because she doesn't have a family, her pension is sufficient. She enjoyed taking us to the maternity ward and introducing us to this mother with her 30-minute-old baby. English is now taught from kindergarten, but rarely spoken, so we were welcomed into classes and to the adult spoken English classes that are now a part of the university, which wasn't open last year. The political satire of the Mustache Brothers is in English, and unfortunately hasn't changed in the year. Education is prized, but this village upriver has no high school, and lack of reliable transportation to the nearest one means that these children finish 5th grade, but that will be the end, unless a high school is built in the village. The train was more than half a day late, so it's unreliable. Our guide, Thomas, with our boatman, shows us the village water well. Some homes have their own. Here he is with his mom and adopted sister with her child, who served us a wonderful dinner at their home. Hospitality is incredible. The beautiful national gardens in Pinulin, with their English gardens, a legacy of British colonialism, that people enjoy for the fragrance too, and the natural part for relaxation and picnics, dancing, hiking, and volleyball. The Shan State has recently opened Kaku, like Bagan, a cluster of temples and pagodas, but close together without gold, which we found so much more spiritual and meditative, with the wind bells and the birds singing. We wished we could have stayed longer. We were required to make arrangements early and pick up a Shan guide. It is just recently open to the public. Markets were like art galleries. The displays were so beautiful. Everywhere there were t-shirts and posters of the lady, and some with Obama. And Barbie had a little conversation with the lady. Transparency, she said, is a strong need, and I agreed and said we needed it in the U.S. as well. And progress is not being made here nor there. Peace is what's on everyone's mind.